I don't want to jump in too much.
No, go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I do have, is it possible that I could lay out a scenario for you? If you have a pen handy, can I lay out just a very quick scenario?
Sure.
Let's call it vendor A and vendor B. I won't tell you which we are.
This sounds like fun.
In one scenario, the information, let's just say audio information, case information, is amassed in a large network system. The other is on an individual laptop. That laptop has the software that I described to you that has to be accessed with a hardware key. It can't be opened by anyone that doesn't have access to that proprietary program. And all the information is stored in that program on scenario B. We have the audio information in scenario B that's behind this encrypted wall that you have to have a key for. The audio information in A is out on a network with access to let's say anybody in a courthouse. Can we claim, or do we have a more secure system of keeping the audio information?
Well,
does that make us in fact a fourth factor authentication?
so it sounds like you have one factor being it's your laptop that you're in possession with. The second factor is you have the key. Not sure there's a third or a fourth factor there that would validate your.
The third factor would be that the way that our steno is processed is by another proprietary company. And so if they didn't have access to their coding, it's not like a standardized file that anybody could open. If I sent you one of my trials from today, you would not be able to open that. And I don't believe that you'd be able to do anything with it unless you could reverse engineer it, which I don't think you could do without the source code from the proprietor. So that's my question.
I mean, what you've described does sound like scenario B is what you do, is your members, and is more secure than scenario A.
Okay, now one more, you guys, and I'm going to shut up for the rest of the evening. Let's say that I'm a freelancer, and I'm an official. If I'm a freelancer and I'm sending to my agency, it's the practice of freelancers to send the agency either an ASCII file or a PDF. Would we be smart to change that practice and send a native file format in these systems that you have, that are proprietary, rather than send an open source format that anybody can open? Because maybe we have been doing that wrong, maybe.
It sounds to me like it would be better to do what you're saying, that is to send it in the format that's more restrictive and is more difficult to be read by others. That but I'm just posing something that may not be an issue, but I'm just more asking, right? Is that practical, right? Some of the things you run into is when people try to use encrypted email, for example, everybody gets frustrated. Nobody wants to put the password in. It's like, come on, just send it. And people use workarounds because it creates difficulties in business. And that's what happens. That's just the reality, right? And so, but if you tell me, no, Joe, people are comfortable. If they have the software, they use it. We have no problems exchanging it. and you know, that's what we do, then I think, yeah, I would definitely, password protection is not encryption. And I can't tell you how many people have said to me, well, we don't have a breach, right? Because the laptop was password protected. And I'm like, no. And they said, well, they don't have my password. I said, yeah, that'll take them about 5 minutes and they will have your password. I said, it's encryption. It's different. And so, yes, I agree with you. You would be better off, considering feasibility, of course, you'd be better off sending it in that manner, because it seems to me what you're describing is a more secure method.
And the last factor on that authentication would be, and I think we talked about this on our last call, would be the fact that the steno is a watermarked and unique to each of us. So that would be the other layer. So thank you.
Yeah, you bet.